usually I start by saying congratulations, but this time I'm going to start by saying thank you because this movie is a breath of fresh air. It's so amazing. It's so great. What made you guys want to make this movie?
First of all, to have people happy like you. That's our that's our job. I mean, to entertain and maybe to spread also the message of the protection of our planet, our forest, our environment, our animals, and protected wild animals. And so, but not in a moral or guilty way, but really to share the beautiful nature with the audience, and to say them, you have to save that because it's so beautiful and so incredible. And when you see the wolf and the lion together, I think you have this feeling that you have to protect those amazing creatures.
Definitely. And Molly, in an age of superheroes and action movies, what made you want to be a part of this movie?
I think, well, first of all, I grew up loving fairy tales, and so I could not say no to essentially what I feel is like a live action fairy tale movie. But also, it's such an extraordinary experience that nobody gets to do what I got to do. No one has that opportunity. And as an actor, you always want to push yourself to try new things, to learn more about yourself, to learn more about the world. And I think the idea of doing this movie really scared me. And I felt that's what I need to do then, because that's how we grow and it's how we learn.
Definitely. And did you have any obstacles that stood in your way when working with the animals?
Obstacles in what sense? Like,
were you ever afraid, or was it ever hard to like interact with them?
Oh, honestly, I was not ever afraid. And I think that's hard for people to believe. It's hard for me to believe as I say it, but it's because I knew them from when they were so small. I spent so much time with them. I learned their little personalities. I learned who they were, and growing up, they were the same, and we had the same relationship. We maintained it, and that wasn't hard for me or scary at all. I think I just sort of continued to see them as I did when they were small.
Definitely. And as a director, you're working with two animals that are spontaneous. How do you work with animals like that and still like direct actors so they can hit their emotional cues?
Well, it's a complicated process because we shoot during months and months, and first you have the actress with interacting with animals and in real life, and create a bond with them, the two animals together every day and creating a bond. And so you have this alive material, and you have a script, and you have to try to make a mayonnaise of all of that, and it's quite a nightmare. But it's also a lot of pleasure to do it. But I mean, each day is like a lot of thinking, a lot of how are we going to do that, and how are the animals today? Are they in a good mood? Are they in a not good mood? And we don't want to force them, so we respect them. So we have to adapt to them, and not the contrary. We don't adapt the animal to the shooting. We adapt us to the shooting. Someday we just said, Andrew, the animal coordinator said, "Oh no, today we cannot shoot. So okay, bye bye, see you tomorrow." And you know, when you have a big production, it's very complicated. Sometimes Molly is tired. No, I'm joking. But I mean, you see, it's a so. And for example, in the script, the lion was supposed to swim and to go in the water, but the real lion we had was afraid about water. So we have to rewrite the script. We make 16 versions of the script because of that, changing the end 3 or 4 times. And so that's a lot of, but at the end, it makes something unique and special that you cannot do with the classical way to make movies. So no CGI, it's reality, and just adapt the story and the actors to what will happen to the animals and how they're going to grow. And so you cannot do that without this process.
Definitely. And for both of you, that ending is very heart-wrenching. There's a really tense moment at the end. How much discussion between you two did it take for you guys to get to that point where even as an audience member, I'm holding my breath waiting to see what's happening?
That's what you try to do when you do a movie. Huh? It's just to trick the audience. What will happen next minute? And I think it's going to happen that, but it's not. I mean, try to just to make surprise to the people and make them cry, make them laugh, make them happy. And so it's our job. And Molly is here to make you believe that it's true.
Yeah.
Was it difficult to get there, Molly?
No, I think that at this point when we shot this scene near the end of the movie, I had been growing with the animals for a year and a half, and we had developed a relationship and a bond, and I loved them. So I think the idea that one of them would have something horrible happen was very personally devastating to me as well. It would have broken my heart if something had happened to them. So I think that moment really works in the movie because Gilles is a good storyteller, and because he crafted the narrative in a way that made it easy for me to empathize with Alma in that moment.
Definitely. Well, once again, thank you guys for this movie. It's incredible. I know I'm going to be waiting to watch it again once it's out for everybody. And thank you very much for your time.